Hello guys, and today I'm going to eat something called a Cumberland Pie, okay, and it's out of date, so it's got here the 21st of May, and it's currently the 26th of May today, okay. And at the moment there is things in the news about Dominic Cummings, you know, saying the Prime Minister was useless, and he's currently at the Select Committee with MPs. He was saying how Boris Johnson's girlfriend tried to get rid of him, and also on Saturday we got 0 points from both the jury and the public vote in the Eurovision. I'm saying that because I couldn't possibly know that if this was in date, okay? Now, I'm going to put this in the oven now. And then I'm going to leave it for about half an hour once I've prodded it. And then I'm going to eat it, okay? So I'll see you soon, okay? And to repeat, it says minced beef simmered in rich gravy topped with mash and cheddar crumb. And on the back it says minced beef, carrot and onion in gravy topped with mashed potato and a cheddar cheese breadcrumb. So this is what it says on the back, okay? I've just read it for you, but that's the back, okay? Actually, I'm not sure if I've got the right parts then. There you go, guys, okay? See you. I'll be putting it in the oven now for half an hour, and then I'll eat it, okay? Okay, guys, I've cooked it, okay? Right, so now I'm going to try and eat it, okay? Right. Now, essentially, you've got a potato and cheese layer on the top, I believe. And below that, so I think it's got some sprinkled cheese on top. It said, topped with mash and cheddar crumbs. It's got some cheese crumbs on top, and some mashed potato. And in the middle, it's got some minced beef. Okay, so I'm now going to cut it. Wouldn't normally eat it like this, but And this is just so I can show you, okay? So this is what it looks like in the middle. You've got your mashed potato, and you've got the meat and the vegetables, okay, underneath, okay? And this is similar in a way to a shepherd's pie, except a shepherd's pie has minced lamb in it, and it doesn't have any cheese on top, okay? But and there, if I show you on this angle, you'll notice there's some pieces of carrot. There's also apparently chopped onions in this as well. I've had things like this before. I've had cottage pie, which is similar to this. It just doesn't have any, I don't believe it has any cheese on the top. While I'm waiting, I paid 63p for this. Normally it would have been £2.50. You'll notice there's two reduced stickers on it. Originally they reduced it from £2.50 down to £1.88, and later on during the day they reduced it down even further to 63p, which is what I paid, okay? So normally this would have cost about £2.50, okay, just for this, okay? Generally I wouldn't pay that kind of price because I could probably do something similar myself. I don't think I've ever done a meal where I put mashed potato on the top. I can't remember. If I had, I might have done it as a child when we did things like this at school. I think we might have done actually when we put mashed potato on the top. But I've never personally cooked anything, I don't think, as an adult where I've mashed potato on the top of anything. But I don't think it'd be that difficult, to be totally honest. So and having you know, mashed potato on top of minced some sort of minced meat, not minced meat because that's put in like you know, Christmas you know, mince pies, but actual minced meat like that, you know, in gravy with some vegetables and putting mashed potato on top is a traditional, but it's quite traditional for British food, okay? So this would be a typical, you know, real British food, okay? Some people complain that British food is bland, but it's because it had to be practical. It had to be what we could realistically grow ourselves in the past, okay? And a lot of spices and things like that are in Indian food and things like that, we just can't grow ourselves. So if you want traditional British food, the sort of thing that was cooked like hundreds of years ago, then, you know, it won't have the exotic spices and things which we didn't have access to back then, you know. Looking at the ingredients, it says mashed potato, which I say consists of potato, skim milk, butter, salt and white pepper. And then there's minced beef, carrot, onion, water, cheddar cheese, wheat flour, corn flour, rapeseed oil, tomato puree, beef extract, caramelised sugar, sugar, tomato paste, yeast, and I've got other things like wheat gluten, onion concentrate. Also, I do actually have some spices in this, so it's not totally British really, because they put some turmeric and paprika in it, which is not, I wouldn't say, traditional British ingredients, you know. I mean, they're used a lot in Britain today, but they weren't used historically. White pepper, thyme. It said made using British beef. Okay. Anything else? On our packets, I probably haven't shown this before, but on our packets they have what is known as a traffic light system for a lot of food, okay? And that tells you, and if it's, the more greener it is, the healthier it is, I believe. Right, so it's saying that it contains 9.2 grams of sugar, which I say is 10%, so I believe that means it's good for you. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's my understanding of this traffic light system, where they have red, green, and yellow, which we call amber. And they're saying there's 22% that we're supposed to have a day. So, I mean, I don't know where they find these people, really, because, you know, in theory, it means that, is that per 100 grams, or is that the whole thing? Each pack, yeah. So in theory, you should have to eat 5 of these a day to have enough energy, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Because I think, unless you do a lot of physically demanding work, like, I don't know, you work on a building site doing hard labour all day, right, lifting things all day, I think this would be enough for most people per day. And perhaps 1 or 2 extra snacks. I don't think you really need to eat 5 of these a day, truthfully. I don't know where they get these silly figures from, I never have, truthfully, but there you go. They claim there's 432 kcal in one of these, and 15.1 grams of fat, 7.1 grams of saturates, 9.2 grams of sugar, and 2% of salt. And it's roughly around about the, apart from sugar, which is 10% of what you should have a day, and, you know, they're saying things like the saturates is 36% of what you should have a day, so they're saying that from a purely energy perspective you should have 5 a day, but from the perspective of saturates or salt you should only have 2 or 3 a day, so, but realistically I just don't believe that. This is more than enough for most people a day, but anyway, I've never understood where I get these figures from, to be honest, unless they want people to be extremely fat, but never mind. Maybe it's because I don't work on a building site, and if I did I would need a lot more energy, I know. Anyway, although you can't read this because they put the stickers on, they say things like, I'm guessing what they're saying. Our team of chefs carefully prepare all our meals using, I'm guessing it's using ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. The comforting British classics are warming, satisfying and full of great flavours. I'm guessing that's what they wrote, because there's a sticker on there and I'm too lazy to peel the sticker off. So in other words, they're just saying you could have cooked this from home yourself if you'd wanted to, with simple ingredients, but some people are lazy, or they just don't have the confidence to cook it themselves. I cook this in the oven for half an hour, but you can cook it in the microwave. So they do say that they say for best results oven heat, and I did it for about 30 minutes in the oven because it will taste nicer. But I could have saved money and did it in the microwave for about 3.5 minutes, and within about 3.5 to 4 minutes I would have had a meal. But I don't think I've had this exact one before. I thought I'd try it in the oven to see what it tasted like. So it didn't taste very nice. I wouldn't blame the microwave. I just, okay, I don't like that, but I think it's very good. It's very juicy, fairly sweet, but not too much. It's probably like some sort of casserole, but not quite. Okay. Because I think in the past I've done something like this, but I just wouldn't have probably put paprika in or turmeric in the past. I just don't think we had things like that hundreds of years ago. As I said, I could be wrong, but I don't believe we did. So, but I don't know, so there you go. I'm nearly finished now. So, I probably could have cooked this myself, but it might have been more expensive to get the ingredients, because as I said, I bought this when it was about to expire, and it has now expired officially. So I've just kept this in the normally they recommend if you buy food that's about to expire like this, you should put it in the freezer and then perhaps thaw it before you need it, the day before you need it or so. I didn't bother. I just kept this in the fridge for 5 days. Officially it says used by, so it says used by rather than best before. What it means, if you eat something past the used by date, theoretically you could die. Okay, but to be honest, I think it's a load of rubbish. I think it's perfectly safe, and it might not be safe if you are very ill or pregnant or have, things like that. You've got very specific dietary issues. Okay, I don't, I believe. So there you go. Okay guys, I've now finished, okay? So, there you go guys. Cumberland Pie. From Tesco, which is a supermarket here, okay? Thanks for watching guys. Bye!